What's going on, guys? Your boy Fluff here. Today we're going to discuss the Numlock trick for Diablo 3. If you guys don't know what this is going to change your Diablo life. I promise you. But in this video, we're going to talk about how to do it, the tricks with how to do it, and some of the tips we picked up throughout the years. So I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Let's get into it. So basically the way Numlock works is it will spam a skill for you. Instead of giving your hand carpal tunnel and just spamming a key, we're gonna have the game autocast it for you. So say we're on a necro and we want to spam the skill Devour, which is definitely one of those very spammy skills. But I don't want to sit there and spam the 3 button. I want Numlock to autocast it for me. The first thing you have to do is you have to go into your options, key bindings, go down to your action skill bar and set key 2 to some of these numpad buttons. Now the reason to set it to key 2 is so it doesn't interfere with how you normally play the game. So for example, I have Devour on action bar skill 3, so I'm going to come over here and set this to numpad 3. You're going to hit apply, accept, you're going to return to the game, and with the thumb motion I'm going to show you in just a second, boom, you're auto casting Devour, and I'm not using any hands. My guy's just going crazy, dancing in town. Let me show you guys real quick how I did that. Alright, so say you have a numpad like so. All you have to do is hit Numlock, make sure that Numlock is on, usually an indicator up here to say that it is, and then say I had a skill bound on 3, which I do all the time. I hit 3, hit Numlock, and I release. And then boom, I'm Numlocking the skill. Now, say I wanted to cancel it, I could just hit Numlock again, make sure Numlock's back on, and I just hit 3, and it's no longer auto-casting the skill. Now, you can use this on any build that just spams skills. For example, the Explosive Blast Wizard, you're going to have 3 skills that you're spamming literally all the time. So you don't want to just sit there and button mash. You're going to want to numlock these skills. So all 3 skills can be numlock using the Numlock trick. Boom, I'm casting all 3, no hands. All I have to do is hit 2, 3, and 5, numlock, release. And I'm casting all 3 on Numlock. Now a quick tip on this. We get this question all the time. Fluff, I'm using the Numlock trick. I watched your video, but my skill doesn't seem to be auto casting. And what's happening 95% of the time when people have this problem is that they're holding down their movement ability. Whether you have force move bound, which I definitely recommend, or you're left clicking to move. With Numlock engaged, you cannot hold down any skill. So if you're left clicking to move, you have to tap it. If you're using force move, you have to tap it. You can see if I hold force move, I'm no longer auto casting. You can see the green stuff pop up around me, and that's how I know that I'm auto casting and Devour. And if I hold down any skill, I'm no longer numlocking. So one quick note is you cannot hold down any skill and numlock. So builds like Whirlwind Barb or anything that channels basically cannot use the Numlock trick. Now another question we get literally all the time is, you know, Numlock is great and everything, but I hate to have to turn it off, turn it on. I want to go back to town, but I can't because it interrupts my town portal. Well guys, there's actually a trick for that as well. Say I want to go back to town, I have Numlock engaged. I don't want to turn it off and turn it back on because that's a pain in the butt. So all you have to do is hit T for teleport or wherever you have it bound to, and immediately bring up your map. And you can see the cast of town portal is going to finish. And then I will resume, and look, I've still got Numlock engaged. I never had to turn it off. The same thing applies for when you're identifying items. You're going to try to click Book of Cain, but it's not going to let you because it's going to interrupt it. The same thing applies here. You're going to click the Book of Cain and you're going to immediately hit tab. And boom, you can see the identifying is going to go off, item identified, and I still have Numlock engaged. The last question I get all the time is Numlock cheating, and the answer, guys, is plain and simple, no, it is not. Blizzard has known about numlocking since 2012. It's basically a feature that they've built into the game unknowingly, so don't worry about getting banned for Numlock. No one's ever been banned for Numlock in the history of Diablo, but hopefully that helps some of you guys. This trick has single-handedly saved this beautiful hand from getting carpal tunnel from all the years that we've been playing Diablo. If you have any more questions, feel free to comment in the comment section below. As always, guys, like, subscribe, come over to Twitch, ask your questions. We love you guys. Peace out.